Alrighty, so we just got the patch note update. Adam Pezradar just tweeted about it. Does this go live right now? We notice players tend to use their Pearls of Warding for fighting Echo of Malphus instead of Zoltan's Warding. We're adding in Igneous Cores, a new item used solely to summon Malphus instead of Pearls, so players don't have to choose between extra protection or fighting the boss. Off the bat, wildly smart. We've made the fight against Malphus more difficult, but also increase the rewards it provides. Also, just for context, the person you might hear over Discord, it's my moderator Trev, good friend of mine. We're currently doing Duriel runs. Level 100. I only fought him at level 85 with like 30 res, and I was what, like 80, something like that. And said today. It's going out today. Okay. Health pool was increased. He kind of just like whooped my butt, but it's because I really couldn't survive the elemental damage. Igneous Cores now exist for the purposes of accessing Uber Vault, and Echo of Malphus will replace the usage of Pearls of Warding. They have a chance to drop from Vault Heralds and are guaranteed drop from Son of Malphus. Chance to drop from Vault Heralds? Guaranteed drop from Son of Malphus. Son of Malphus sucks to fight. So hopefully there's something addressing him. Like, his shout just kills you. So hopefully that's addressed. I would like to see it be 100% chance to drop from Vault Heralds, depending on how many we need to actually open this. I guess it depends on the chance, but we'll see. Drop rate of unique stones from Malphus doubled up to 0.5% of the chance. Great. Unique stones now have a 3% chance of dropping from the chests after the boss. Okay, that is actually something. That is super cool. Defeating Echo of Malphus will now reward more legendary items. Additionally, item level 925 items will drop more often. Well, if he's level 100... I feel like you have to put in so much time and effort just to get to him. Like, the actual amount of time it physically takes to complete the dungeon just to get to him is longer than any other content. I feel like he should just always drop 925s, but I'm coming from a place where I've only ever tried to get there when I was lower level, so maybe I have a skewed understanding of the procedure. For the Seneschal, we received feedback that the Seneschal does not feel powerful. Accurate. The Seneschal becomes more powerful as it reaches max level. Yes. Who knows that many players have not had the chance to level up their Seneschal enough because we're currently chasing known progressions of power as opposed to theoretical progressions of power, which are not really showing us a reason to further invest in them. Unless you just have Diamond Hands believe, right? We're introducing multiple changes to ensure players have more sources to earn Governing Stones and Tuning Stones so that they can level up their Seneschal and unlock their new companion's full potential. Great. Crafting a Governing Stone or Tuning Stone will now always cost 200 Shattered Stone, regardless of level. Okay. I didn't know that this went up, so that's actually kind of wild. Finding a max level Governing Stone or Tuning Stone will now grant... Ooh. Okay, so once you finally max one out, finding it again will give you enough Shattered Stone to be able to go do it again as long as you have Iron Chunks. I like that. Governing Stones and Tuning Stones can now be acquired as rewards for completing Whispers. That is sick. I think Tree of Whispers should kind of be the dump point of... Oh, there's a seasonal thing? If you do a Tree of Whispers, you also get that. That kind of just makes sense to me across the board. You know what I mean? Tree of Whispers, they've definitely gotten Tree of Whispers to a point where I enjoy doing them. And it's just really nice that you can kind of add them to whatever you're doing. And since they're so typically tied up with the seasonal content, like Blood Harvest just got you Tree of Whispers, doing the summoning, the Guardians or whatever, just gets you. I'm sorry, I need to know what their actual name is. Vault Heralds. Going and killing the Vault Heralds gets you Tree of Whispers at least one time, per hour. So I like the idea of Tree of Whispers just always being tied into whatever the seasonal content is. Son of Malphus now always drops multiple Governing and Tuning Stones. Stones awarded from Seneschal Stone caches have been increased. Experience requirements for governing and tuning stones have been reduced, so they can be got ranked up more naturally with your leveling experience. I'd love to see what that number looks like. Basically cut in half, I think, would be pretty good. Vaults and Arcane Tremors have made multiple quality of life changes to the player's experience in the Vaults and Arcane Tremors. Consuming a Pearl of Warding now grants 10 stacks. Hell yeah. That's awesome. You do 2 now instead of 6. Okay. Max stacks of Zoltan's Warding have been increased to... you could get up to 300? Who was turning in 100 Warding stones before? Who's gonna turn in 100 to get to the new max cap? That's wild. Grace period for losing a stack of warding when being hit by multiple traps at once has been increased. Cool. I didn't even know that you had iframes, but that's sick. Herald of Malphus now guaranteed a legendary item drop starting at level 26 with a 15% chance to drop a secondary legendary item. Okay. Heralds of Malphus. I like that. Yeah, because the problem is like you would kill Herald of Malphus and sometimes just like kind of get nothing. So I like that. Knockback has been removed. Sick. Thank you. The spinning fireball one, once you learn how to run around it, is actually very easy. But the spinning of it, you would get hit into a fireball that would hit you into a fireball that would hit you into a fireball because it went like that, and actually killed me multiple times before I figured out like literally how to run around in it. Chests will now appear after completing a Vault's ending encounter. These new chests will drop a guaranteed legendary item with a chance to drop an additional one. Chests will now appear after completing a Vault's ending encounter. Oh, the actual kill room. Okay. I think the monsters in the kill room should just award experience and drop items. I guess in the kill room, it's like, oh, they don't want to incentivize people to run around and pick up stuff because they just want you to deal with the killing the monsters. It's just weird that like you go from monsters dropping stuff to monsters not dropping stuff. This is okay. I think it should just drop items equal to the number of elites that you kill. The projectiles from elemental dart hazards been reduced. That's cool. You would just like pop into a room and immediately get hit by a dart, and you were in a loading transition. Like there was nothing you could do about it. It just saw you, shot, and you would get hit. Hitbox for 4 Blazed Elemental Grate and Spike Hazards has been reduced. Okay. I don't think they had to do that, but like, sure. The hitbox for Elemental Pillars have been reduced. Okay, again, I personally like the traps. I understand that they're like very antithetical to the ARPG experience that we've been having, which is just hold down right click until everything is dead. And sometimes you're playing a build that isn't OP, so you have to click other buttons too. But I get making them easier to traverse, especially for low mobility builds, but like, sure. I get it. I don't think that's bad. I think that most people will enjoy it. Fix an issue where the gate hall would not display on the map for players on PlayStation. Finally, thank you. It's just been constant in my chat. PlayStation players just being like, legit can't see the gate hall. Just all black. Can't do anything. Fix an issue where the brazier could not be interacted with. GG. That was like a day one problem. Fixed an issue with the beckoning thunder horse cosmetic was invisible for Druid players. I'm sorry, they took away Invincible, the mount? But like, I spent money on Invincible in season 2. Okay, I guess we got rid of Invincible. That sucks. Fix an issue where the damage effect and the visual effect were not in sync for the floor traps. Oh, interesting. Cool. And stability fixes. Yeah, good change. I like the less punishing for pearls. I like this change right here. I kind of wish you just dropped an igneous core from a Vault Herald all the time. It depends on what this chance looks like. Like if all of a sudden I have to sit here and chain spawn these Vault Heralds like 10 times in a row to get one, it's going to be a problem, right? Yeah. In all sincerity, I've tried all the Vault content. We've run like a 91 Vault. And I went and tried Echo of Malphus, way too low level with bad gear. So I haven't really put a lot of time and effort into farming this thing. But what I like is this approach. And I kind of just want to touch on something very quickly before I kind of chop this off and just send it out. Right now, we don't have a PTR. So we don't get to like test things beforehand, which generally, while it's like kind of cool and good and obviously like beneficial for the game, requires a whole additional process for that to be able to occur. And it turns out when you're a company as big as Blizzard, I know I'm making excuses here. You can call me bootlicker. I don't care. It's just hard to implement like full stratagem things for this kind of stuff for a video game. It just is. But we would benefit from a PTR. I think it is a very reasonable approach to give us the new seasonal stuff, let us share our opinions, which is what a lot of people have been doing, and then go, cool, we changed these things. Does that make it good? I like this. We are on Friday. The season effectively hasn't even started for the majority of players yet, but we are 4 days in, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's like, hey, we heard you. We're buffing it. We're making it better loot, better drops, changing it up so you don't feel like you can only do it one way or the other way, making it easier, making it less punishing. Here you go. I really, really like the changes to the Seneschal, because my biggest issue with the Seneschal is that it's very, very clearly potent in the end game. Like the numbers get really high, like 14 essence generated every single time it attacks, when it can attack like 3 times a second. Just an additional roughly 42 essence generated per second minimum. Very good. But when it's down at 2 essence and the thing's attacking very slowly, and I don't even have all the stones to make it feel good yet, that's not great. And since I've been exploring very typical ways of, power progression, I'm doing Uber Duriel right now. I've been doing my glyph grinding. I've been getting my gear together, etc. It's hard to choose to invest into this thing that doesn't immediately mesh well with the current game progression. So you're asking me to spend time to go invest in it, and I felt like basically the power had to be earlier in the progression point, and then continue to scale, but at a lower rate to get to that same end number. And it basically sounds like they kind of agree, yes, we want you to progress this thing easier. And while they're not necessarily moving power down, they are literally just making it easier to get to that power. So it seems like, based off this change, they are very invested in and very much believe in the relative power that this seasonal mechanic will lend to the player, and they want people to get there. So that gives me the faith to actually go and spend the time to invest to get my Seneschal to that point. So that's really nice. I mean, 10 out of 10 patch. I would like to see some of the undocumented changes, like bone spear and splintering aspect, kind of just get addressed, be like, hey, this was intentional or not. Obviously, there's a lot going on at Blizzard right now. Be very kind to your Blizzard friends. If you know people who were happen to get hit in the layoff, try to support them however you can. I'm very lucky that the majority of my friends are good as far as I know. But if what we're getting is a very nice hotfix to the current season mechanics to reinvest players' decision to go participate in it, I will take that for now. Good patch. No notes. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.